So we started this organization called Inclucity Calgary. I mentioned this before, but it started as an idea at one of our hackathons in 2019. Earlier this year, we took the idea through the Mount Royal Civic Innovation Vivacity course that was run by Dr. Catherine Pearl. We had like 3 student teams spend the whole semester looking at digital innovation and tech for good, but then focusing more specifically on inclusive usability testing and making recommendations as how we could launch this in Calgary. And then earlier this year, we formed this collaboration with Calgary UX, which is this great group of usability experts and design experts that are so key to what we're trying to do. We've conducted some pilot tests in the summer, and just recently we established ourselves as a nonprofit society. And now we're kind of into what I call a soft launch. We exist, we have a board, we have volunteer members, and we're gearing up our communications strategies and various organizations to kind of go to market, kind of do a hard launch, probably in January. I'll talk more about that. For us to be successful, though, we really have to bring together kind of these 4 pillars. So we need some funding to make this real. The original funding we're looking for is for operational support, as well as to bring in kind of a full-time project coordinator. We also need funding to support payments to testers and various other operational things that we need to do. So we're building a community of clients. These are organizations, public, private, institutional, that have problems and solutions that need to be investigated, that they want to get tested, and also providing payment to participants in the testing. The participants or the testers, we know we need that very diverse group, personal user to provide their personal user context and their insights into the problems and solutions that are being tested. And then the facilitators. These are the folks, from Inclucity, Calgary UX, but others of you, maybe folks on the call this evening, you could volunteer as a facilitator to help coordinate the testing, supporting the participants, right? And if you have a particular interest or background in a community, whether it's a newcomer community, a ethnic community, with seniors or youth or that sort of thing, your perspective of bringing folks like you into the testers and helping them run through the test is extremely important. So we'd really like to get your help as a volunteer facilitator. I'll just go through this quickly in terms of, all of these groups have reasons why they would be wanting to help out and participate in Inclucity Calgary. So where are we going with this? So we're currently developing funding applications. For example, we did apply to the Calgary Foundation for a community grant. And we found out just a few days ago that we were qualified to move to on the short list on stage 2 of that process. So we have our fingers crossed there. And we've made some other applications as well. We're organizing ourselves into various groups and kind of committees that will work on various aspects of this project. We're building up community networks for test participants. And this is where we want this very diverse, inclusive group of testers. reaching out to potential clients, right? So if you know of an organization or a group that has a new app or a process or a service that's being launched that should be tested, let us know. Be happy to have that conversation. And finally, that community of facilitators I mentioned as well. So I'll take questions here in a minute, but just a few slides on how you can get involved, right? So you can sign up as a volunteer with Inclucity. So if you go to our website, which is inclucitycalgary.ca, you'll see that there's a tab or a place to called Join Our Team. So you could provide some information, and we have like between 50 and 20 volunteers now that we're looking to form various teams, working on one team will work on the usability testing. One team will do outreach to get the test participants. One team will be, looking at how we organize ourselves and set ourselves up around the operations and that sort of thing as well. And another team's working on communication. So if you're great on websites or social media, we could really use your help. We're trying to develop a launch strategy. So any great ideas you might have about a launch strategy, we'd like to know. As well, we invite you to join CivicTechYYC. We're organized through Meetup, so you can join us there. There's our website and our Twitter handle. As well, if you have an interest in design and usability, Calgary UX is the place for you. And there's the information there. So I will stop sharing and then just kind of open it up for any questions you might have about Inclucity Calgary. And then I'd like to broaden the conversation with Wumi about how our groups might be able to work together and also work more together towards more inclusion and diversity in Calgary's tech ecosystem. So feel free to unmute any comments or questions.